there wasn't a band-aid big enough to fix some of the issues in cell therapy manufacturing. We can't fix the pricing of the therapies, but we can reduce the manufacturing cost. The ultimate dream is one day patients will be able to come in, get treated the same day, and go home.
Thank you to the International Society for Cell and Gene Therapy for supporting Onyx Live. I am Federico Cittorich, reporting for Onyx Live here in Dublin at the ISCT. Today we are with Jon Ellis, CEO at Trenchant BioSystems. Jon, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good to meet you. Well, I'm a retired cell biologist. I've been playing around in cell therapy now for 23, 24 years. Initially working in the UK for the NHS in cord blood and stem cell transplantation. And then for about the last 10 years, working in the US on new products, consulting with big pharma to try and help them overcome some of their challenges. And at Trenchant, really focused on addressing those challenges head on. It became quite clear consulting that there wasn't a band-aid big enough to fix some of the issues in cell therapy manufacturing. And so me and my co-founder, Phil Coelho, created Trenchant to really tackle those important issues and make sure patients can actually get these therapies.
From also what I read on your website, one of the main objectives of Trenchant is to reduce CAR-T manufacturing to around 2.5 days. Is that right? Can you tell us also a bit more about that?
Absolutely. So that's one of the big challenges of cell therapies is they take too long. And these are typically, at least today anyway, end-stage cancer patients who don't have long to wait. And so we've got on our platform some proprietary technologies that allow us to make these cell therapies in a very short order of time. We don't lose cells in our manufacturing process, and that reduces or eliminates the need to expand the cells at the end of the process. So you can really truncate that manufacturing time and reduce the vein-to-vein time so that patients can get these therapies more quickly.
In terms of cost, how does that change also the monetary part?
Vastly. So that's one of our big aims, is therapies take too long and they cost too much. We can't fix the pricing of the therapies, but we can reduce the manufacturing cost, which is absolutely imperative for academic centers and also centers in the developing world to access these therapies. Right? So far, it's a real first world solution to some problems. The developing world does not get these therapies. We believe by slashing the cost of manufacturing, that can happen. And that's paramount to our platform, the way we've designed it, so that it can be much more affordable than the technologies that exist out there today.
When you come at conferences like this, like ISCT, where people are, of course, really deep into the field, is there something that they challenge about what you're doing, first of all?
We haven't had too many technical challenges. We've got decades and decades of experience in building technologies and solutions in our team. So we really do know what we're doing. We haven't had anyone say that's not feasible. We've had maybe some people question the fact that we can really cut costs so much, and we absolutely believe we can. And we certainly have. So far, we're working with a group at UMass, and cutting cost is paramount to that alliance.
Jon, in the past, you've partnered with Autonomous, and more recently, you also announced a partnership with Invetech around automation and digital manufacturing. So how important is it to combine the biology, the hardware, and the software into one integrated system?
You've hit it right on the head, that you can't have one of those three pieces. You need to have all three to be able to really automate these therapies. And that's what is essential. We can't have humans making these therapies. The process is not scalable. Automation is the only way to do it and to cut cost. So with Autonomous, their digital solution is brilliant at allowing you to manage the entire manufacturing process and also steps pre and post as well. With Invetech, they're our development partner. Right now, they're busy working in their facilities in San Diego and Melbourne, Australia, developing our product that will be coming out next year. And again, it's really having best in class in every single element of manufacturing and also the control systems is paramount.
And Jon, just over a month ago, you also announced a collaboration with UMass that you already mentioned, and Caring Cross around place of care manufacturing for gene editing stem cell therapies in sickle cell disease. I think sickle cell disease is a huge test case for access in CGT. The science is advancing, but of course, current treatment models are expensive and really hard to scale. So do you think, in your opinion, do you think that the place of care manufacturing can really change that?
Absolutely. So the collaboration to address sickle cell disease is going to be the most thrilling thing I have done in my lifetime. There are so many patients out there who need treatment urgently, and there's been a lack of investment in new treatments. Now we've got, with gene editing of the CD34 cells, we've got an approach that can actually address sickle cell disease, allow patients to live long, healthy lives. It has to be done. And these therapies, as you mentioned, currently cost a lot. In a patient population typically is underserved and underinsured, we have to be able to address this. And working with UMass and Caring Cross, we believe that this collaboration can vastly cut the cost of these therapies and also reduce the timeline. We talked before about timelines. Well, these can take months. Currently, we can get this down to days, and point of care manufacturing is the only way to do this. The ultimate dream is one day patients will be able to come in, get treated the same day, and go home. We have to have that level of aspiration to get to that point. And so this collaboration is going to be truly, truly groundbreaking, and we can't wait to get into clinic and working with our partners and start patients getting treated. It's going to be great.
That sounds really exciting. And finally, Jon, if manufacturing time and costs really do come down in the end, how do you think that would change the type of diseases and the patients that will be treated?
Well, right now, we believe fewer than 10% of eligible CAR-T patients ever receive their therapy. And that's in a relatively small patient population. As we have new indications, new diseases, how can we hope to be able to treat ever-expanding populations if we can't treat the ones we have today? And that's where the automation piece comes in. That's where the cost and access piece comes in. It's imperative. Like you said before, it's not so much a science problem anymore. Yeah, of course, there's new science and it's groundbreaking, it's thrilling. But unless we address the access, it's all for nothing. We can't have patients dying today that could be treated, that could be saved. And we absolutely firmly believe that by cutting costs, by improving access, that will happen.
Jon, thank you for your insights. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.